This is Kugan Cassius for Rifle TV. We're in Canning Town here at the Peacock Gym. With me, I've got the Knowledge, aka Spencer FEARON. It should be the other way around, but we're gonna go with that one. How you doing, Spencer? Round one. You ready?
Listen, round one. Yeah, I'm really cool. I'm cracking on and just doing my stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, big up guys like you. Yeah, I mean, I'll do that afterwards as well. But yeah, everything's going great, man. Everything is going so superbly great.
I want to talk to you, start about the rematch happening in Las Vegas this Saturday night, which is incidentally live on Box Nation. Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley. Much controversy after the first fight. Just let me know your thoughts about the first fight.
All right, we're going to break this down real quick because if people want the reals, you have to go to toe-to-toe. But, you know what I mean, on Sky Sports, which is just the greatest thing. But we've got our platform now. But let's be realistic now. If we look on Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley on the second fight, what has Manny Pacquiao done since after that fight? If you want to go back to rematches at welterweight that stand out, the two rematches that will stand out for me, growing up in my era when I was a young kid growing up, you have to go Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran, the first fight, which happened in 1980. The first fight, which was in Montreal, and Leonard lost a close points defeat to Roberto Duran. If you watch that fight in its entirety, I watched that fight about 30 times recently, and you'd have to maybe say if that fight was a draw, you wouldn't have complained if it was a draw, but it was a close fight. But the fact that Sugar Ray Leonard got drawn into Roberto Duran's kind of fight where he's bullied, Roberto Duran got to him emotionally, you know, by the certain things what Roberto Duran said about Ray Leonard. He got into his head a little bit, said some pretty horrid things about his, disdainful things about his wife as well, and Leonard wanted to try and prove himself and try and stand and fight with him. If you look on that, then we also go to 1988, Lloyd Hannigan, when he boxed Jorge Vaca the first time. There was a head clash in there. Vaca won on points. Lloyd Hannigan got points deducted from him, and then he lost on points. But then in the rematch, Lloyd Hannigan obliterated him in, what was that, 3-4 rounds. Lloyd Hannigan just had his head down, threw wild punches, caught him with a punch to the solar plexus. You know, I thought, look at uppercut to him, and then that was it. And then Lloyd Hannigan won. But with this fight here, you have a rematch with two welterweights where they've had fights in between the gap. Now, the fights that they've had in between the gap, you've had Manny Pacquiao get knocked out by Marquez, then go back and try and rejuvenate himself with a points win which they had in China over Brandon Rios. Is that anything to prepare you right now for a Timothy Bradley who now is on fire? Timothy Bradley had a superb win over Provodnikov. You have to give him all the dues and all the credit in the world for that, because that was like last year's fight of the, not last year, year before, last year's fight of the year, which was because it was early last year, because it was January last year. That was an excellent fight, and the way that Timothy Bradley improved so much in schooling Marquez. Now, could we be looking at the same kind of thing now? Because Timothy Bradley's kind of raised in stature. Timothy Bradley from back in the old was never really a concussive buncher. He's had 11 world title fights. This is going to be his 12th world title fight. And he's only had one stoppage win, and that was over Joel Casamayorg, who was a bit long in the tooth, so he was expected to stop him. Has he had any stoppage wins? No, because he's not really noted as a puncher. He's a strong puncher. He's a strong puncher who's tenacious, but has shown us now in a Marquez fight that he has skill and ability. It's going to be I mean, I'm kind of sitting on the fence here, because I don't think it was a complete and utter robbery the last time out. I gave it to Manny Pacquiao by 2 rounds. I scored the fight 115-113. But in the same words, like Tim Allen, who works for the New York, the Wall Street Journal, he said, well, could we really complain? No, not really. And same with Tom Hauser as well. I mean, the famous fight novelist, and who's very tight with Muhammad Ali. He said the same thing. It was a kind of like a close fight. A lot of the rounds, Manny Pacquiao was throwing clusters, but was missing the shots because he's trying to land off with the big shots. So it's going to be a very interesting fight, man. I think on this time here, I think we could kind of be like on the same thing like when Lennox Lewis fought Evander Holyfield the first time, and it was a draw, and it was a disdainful draw. And then the second time round, no disrespect to Lennox Lewis, because everyone knows that we're tight, but I thought that Evander Holyfield kind of pipped him on points. I gave it to Evander Holyfield. So maybe on the same thing, the judges could be looking at this now and saying, oh well, he got robbed the last time, so let's be a little bit more careful on this time out. So I would still say Manny Pacquiao, debatable points win. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a draw.
Okay. Another fight I want to touch on coming up in about three and a half weeks' time in Vegas. I know you're one of these people that thinks that Floyd Mayweather cannot be beaten, and I'm assuming that you think that Maidana's going to be no different in this fight.
I'm going to be out there for that fight. I mean, it's my dear friend Andrew Harding. He's his stag do. So you know it goes. I'm going with 18 of my European brothers, and I'm the 19th one, just to make out numbers for him, to make them. You know what I mean, I'm the token, so it's all good. I don't care because I'm not paying for it. But so it's all good. I'm going to be doing bits for Sky as well out there, so that's going to be cool, man.
Okay, so.
But listen, it's not a fact that I don't think Floyd Mayweather can be beaten, because anything can happen. I think that Maidana, if you have to go back, when he faces Argentinians, you know what I mean, Baldomir, if you can remember when he's fought with Baldomir, which was, that's about 6 years ago now, 7 years ago, when Floyd Mayweather is up with unorthodox punches, because the thing with Maidana throws shots from weird positions, you know what I mean, and like bullies forward. Amir Khan had the tools, like when Amir Khan dropped him with a body shot, it's clusters of shots. Floyd Mayweather doesn't throw clusters of shots anymore. Floyd Mayweather throws singular shots, which are very, very fast. He's the fastest single shot puncher in the world, but he's not a accumulation puncher. He doesn't throw like 6-7s anymore, like in the old days. If you watch Floyd Mayweather in the old days, he would throw accumulation of punches that was just incredible. It was like most probably the greatest thing that you could ever put down to say when you see accumulation of shots being thrown. Floyd Mayweather had it, but now as he's getting older, he's slowing it down a little piece, and he draws people into his kind of fight where it's like he makes you fight at his pace, which is very, very clever. You see Bernard Hopkins has done it in recent times, but stylistically, Floyd Mayweather does it on a different level. So Floyd Mayweather will throw shots, and as Floyd Mayweather throws shots, he throws shots in a way that it'll clap you, and you want to behave yourself. You don't want to. You think, well, I don't want to get involved anymore. But someone like Maidana, I think it's going to be a tricky fight for Floyd. I don't think it's going to be that easy. I still see Floyd Mayweather winning quite comprehensively, but I don't think it's going to be like this foregone conclusion, because Maidana will come to fight, and because he throws punches so unorthodox, and he's got a marauding, bullying style. Somebody like Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather style, if you're a textbook puncher, like if you look on the Canelo fight, or if you look on Ortiz or those kind of fights, when you give someone like that to Floyd Mayweather, he'll have a field day with him, because he's already figured you out, because he knows, like, you're throwing textbook punches at me, I'll deal with you. But when you're throwing unorthodox punches, will be a little bit difficult. But it will take, as Floyd just knows how to adapt so well, it will take him 2-3 rounds to adapt to this fight. And then once he's adapted, he's going to do Floyd Mayweather. And you know what I mean? He has to be given his dues as one of the greatest of all times.
Alright, well listen, Spencer FEARON, we're running out of card here, so...
Nah, man, I have to big up IFL London, keep on doing what you're doing, Coog. I love, you know what I mean? It's amazing, like I've seen how... I remember when you first started, I remember Boxing News did an article on you and James, and a lot of people just looking at
Monthly.
Boxing Monthly, and everyone's... Boxing News ain't done nothing for you yet? Truth Fiction, come on, man, sort it out. You know what I mean? No more tickets for you, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you guys have got a real platform, and like everywhere I go, like people stop me, but they always ask about, oh yeah, I've got pictures, and they're showing me pictures, and they're saying, what are you getting pictures of Coogan for? But you know what I mean? So for that, big up you guys. Remember, Otu Saab is something special. I've been telling you guys from ages. I'm co-managing with Babatunde Ajayi, my bona fide best brother. I love the guy, and just watch out for that you as well, because some great things are happening. Peace, 2 fingers, hard knocks for life. But I'm also told to tell for life. I'm gone.
Coogan Cassius, Spencer FEARON, IFL TV. Thank you very much.